Hi friends. If you click to check out an unboxing of the Melt and Beetlejuice PR box as well as some swatch dabbling and a brief tutorial, then please keep on watching. Hi, I'm Alicia. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on my video. And if you are returning, well, thank you for visiting me again. Kinkysweat stands for my kinky hair and sweat life. I'm a fitness professional that loves things all movement and beauty. If you want to check out what I do in between the makeup, so you can head over to my Instagram. This just came in the mail, fam. This big old box. I have it on my step. I didn't know how else to properly display its grandeur. I do have a little pamphlet here. It's showtime. We hope you love this collection as much as we do. I purchased this on the secret, like pre-Black Friday drop. I was surprised that I purchased it as quickly as I did, got out of there as quickly as I did. And also, timestamps will be down below. You got the time bars right here under you, so you could just hop to whatever portion, as I will briefly cover my history with Beetlejuice, okay? As a 35-year-old, I watched the cartoon as well as the movie. I actually first encountered the Beetlejuice cartoon. I loved it when Lydia did this, did like an arm flick, and the red cobweb cape just appeared on her, and Beetlejuice was like, "Aah!" And they went on together with their ghost adventures. When I watched the movie as a child, because this movie came out in 1988 and the cartoon in 1989, the last air date 1991, whoa. I didn't connect to the movie as much as I did as an adult. When I saw the movie as a child, I was like, why is Beetlejuice so bad? Because he didn't have the same role in the cartoon. It was a totally different feel. But when I watched it as an adult, I loved it so much more, and it is a fantastic film. That movie has inspired so much of our pop culture. It's insane, and I still think it very relevant to this day, even if it came out in the late 1980s. With that said, when I saw that Melt was doing a collaboration, this has got to be the most impressive movie collaboration I have ever seen. Look at this box. Doesn't it look like the distorted fireplace when Beetlejuice is forcing Lydia to marry him? It's like, and then you have like this, the ever-changing spiral of death. You have the lid that opens and you have a drawer. You got a drawer right here. This PR box that you could purchase, or if you are a fancy influencer, might get for free, lucky you. This costs $350. I had no problem dropping that cash because this is like a moment that I need to have and forever have until I die. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna figure it out. But I had to get the whole thing. Like, you need to get this whole experience. If you are a Beetlejuice fan, if you really just care about the makeup, then yes, I would understand to think this is very excessive. So I thought, why don't we take a look at what's inside? Maybe we'll do a little swatchy swatch, maybe a little comparison, because I know people were wondering about the grays in one of the palettes in comparison to Wayne's latest release. I also have Millennial Pinks and Muerte from Melt on standby because there are grays in here that I would like to compare the grays in there with too. There are brushes, there's a new mascara, so maybe we'll try that. And the eye pot, there's a lot of stuff. Ooh, I'm not ready. Let's carefully open this, shall we? I don't know. Oh gosh. Look at what's inside. Look at the inside, fam. Look at it. The inside is so reminiscent of the pop art when you open like a fun card and everything springs up to life and it's all made out of paper. Nostalgia levels at the moment are like all-time high. I'm sorry I did not wear something fun. I didn't have a striped looking top, but I do have the neon green headband that looks mint on camera. I don't know what happened. And I got my bat earrings on, so I'm trying, fam. I'm trying. So you got the snake, you got Beetlejuice here. Yeah, Beetlejuice in like really fun duochrome type of finishing with the lettering. And then of course the two palettes, the 3 eye pots, 3 lipsticks, 3 lip stains, a new mascara, and this pretty shiny lash curler. This is Melt Cosmetics' first lash curler and mascara. I'm very excited to try that. We got more graphics. Look at Laura and Dana. Laura's makeup is sick. Melt and Beetlejuice. We got some product details here. Okay, great. We could refer to this later on. We have this beautiful vegan material. People say vegan leather. I'm like, well, it's not leather then. It's vegan material. Pebble texture with the snake going around and the Melt logo on the front. And inside you have the classic black and white striping. Very much likens to Beetlejuice's classic suit. Zipper opens with the Melt detailing here. That is so great. A snap that's magnetic. So this is a cute little clutch or really big wallet, you know, depending. Oh, the mirror. I was so excited about the mirror. The mirror is on the small side. I much prefer my Fenty mirror, which is what I usually use for makeup. Now, I understand that this sometimes, as you've seen in previous videos, fam, this gets in the way. It's like, Alicia, I can't see what you're doing. This might be a little easier to use and film with, but here are the details. You got Lydia dancing at the end of the scene when she's dancing. Melt and Beetlejuice logo here on the bottom, and you have the big Melt logo here. It's raised. Mirror is acrylic, and it comes down to this clear gradient. It's a beautiful piece. You know, maybe if it were bigger, probably wouldn't serve the same design and feel purpose, so I get it. And you have the brushes. Now these brushes are so thoughtfully designed, as the bristles are black and white, and they are synthetic, as all Melt tools have been from before. I don't know if I'll use these. I might use them to swatch the eye pads, but on the actual handle, on the ferrule, you have Beetlejuice and Melt, and on the handle you have Dancing Lydia. So pretty. Again, don't know if I'll use these. Maybe they'll just be for show, you know what I'm saying? I have to go in first with the eyeshadow palette, fam. Let's start with Recently Deceased. Look at this. Is this hollow? Look at the iridescent finish on the box and the spotlight design with the purple and the black. I'm keeping the box. Palette you could get $48, 13.57 grams, suggested shelf life of 12 months, and it is made in the USA. It's actually called a press pigment palette, as I think a lot of the colors in here are technically not deemed eye safe. Recently Deceased, Lost Souls, Little Accident, and Bioexorcist press pigments contain ingredients that are not approved by the FDA and Melt Cosmetics for use on the eyes. All right, we will point out those shades when we open this baby up. Oh, and it's green inside. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. This is fun. Look at this palette. It's green acrylic. What is practically glowing, and inside, I'm so excited for this. Look, it's a scene from the movie when they meet Beetlejuice for the first time on the graveyard. And even inside, you have like the fake trees that are found on the graveyard model. I love it. Basically, this whole row are the shades that are not deemed eye safe, and that makes sense since they are reddish and purpley in tone, and the pans have Beetlejuice embossing. And the big mirror, that's a big mirror. The attention to detail, fam, is stellar. I am so happy. I'm excited about these metallics. I hope they're not the ones that are usually found in their other palettes. First up, Beetlejuice, a lime matte. Oh, excuse me. Paranormal emerald with green glitter. Oh, that is rich. Look how much I still have on my finger. Wow. That is a shade. All over the lid. Please. Draw a door. A dirty yellow matte. That is beautiful. Neurotic. Foiled mossy gold. Ooh. This has a little more glide than Paranormal. Paranormal is like a really full-bodied metallic. This is a lot more foil, but really great texture and beautiful shine. That Goldfinger. That's wrong movie, I know, but I had to. I'm so sorry. All right, we're going to the danger zone. Lost Souls. I'm sorry, Recently Deceased. Metallic purple pigment that can be used on face and body. Ooh, that's pretty. Has a similar texture as Paranormal. I wouldn't say it's definitely metallic, maybe leaning more satin. It doesn't have the same foil finish as this one here, but still a really beautiful color. Now we're at Lost Souls. Ultra Matte Violet. Ooh, that's pretty. That's nice. I feel this would be one to pat down. These shades could be a little funny when you blend them out, swirl and twirl style, you know what I'm saying? Little Accident. Little Accident. Luminescent Magenta. Oh, that's nice. That has more shine than this one here, Recently Deceased. Definitely brighter. Little more shine. That's so pretty. And lastly, we have Bio Exorcist. All these movie references, I love. Amethyst Matte. That's almost like a neon. That's a really beautifully toned amethyst. All right, recently deceased is Swatch. I think this is an interesting color story. Yes, you could stick to one row at a time, but I think you can be successful in combining all these shades top to bottom. Wait, hold on. We gotta put her back. Next up, we have the waiting room. Look at the detailing on this. You got the shiny red Beetlejuice logo, but this is now in like a silver. This palette is $58, as recently deceased only has 8 shadows. This has 10. 17.46 grams of product. Suggested shelf life of 12 months and also made in the USA. There are 2 non-vegan shadows in here. No Exit and Obituary. Okay. Also considered a pressed pigment palette. Warning, Salt Girl and Lydia pressed pigments contain ingredients. Okay, so we only have 2 dangerous shades in here. Is this what happens when you die? That's what happens when he dies. And that's what happens when she dies. We're looking at a red acrylic design for the waiting room. Still so beautiful and so well thought out and appropriately included with this eyeshadow palette. There they are. The grays have arrived. The embossing for the waiting room shadows are the cross legs of the Saw Girl. Can you see? Those are the fishnets and that's the skirt and that's the knee crossed over. Obituary. Burgundy matte. Ooh, that's burgundy. And it won't come off. It's on there. No Exit. The deepest of the burgundy shades. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna give you some depth. Solid Girl, one of the danger shades. Metallic Cranberry. Ooh, that's beautiful. That's pretty. Dante's Inferno. Metallic Maroon with a copper shift. You know what that reminds me of? This is giving me a corruption moment from Bronze Temptation Pat McGrath. But this is full-bodied. Look, it's still going. The swatch is still going. Woo! And you can definitely detect that copper shift. I want to do all the looks. I know I'll be here all day, but I'm just gonna have to dedicate another video because these shades right now. Lydia, second danger shade. Red metallic pressed pigment. Ah, that has some shine, very smooth. And these are the 2 shades that are not vegan. I think because of the color, definitely probably they have. Yeah, because of the carmine. I don't know how tough it is to make a burgundy without carmine, but maybe they felt they needed to go that route to get this shade and depth of color. Charmin. Ultra Black Matte. Indeed. Tombstone. Mid-tone. Gray Matte. Yeah, as expected, this is gonna be, I feel like, a more true gray compared to Wayne's. We can take a look after though. Shrunken Head. Light gray matte. Little bit of like a blue leaning undertone. Whereas Tombstone I think has a little more brown in there. Juno. Silver Sparkle. Aha. It says here in the description, metallic will add a transparent wash of eerie silver sparkle. So I think this is meant to be the palette's topper shade. You see it doesn't have a base like the metallics here. That's gonna look pretty just spread on either any of these grays or probably any of these reds. That's a pretty color. And lastly, we have Sandworm, a white matte with gray undertone, most definitely. Here we have the waiting room. What do you think, fam? These? I'm so excited for the metallics in here. So what I'll do now, since we're already on the shadow, I want to quickly do these comparisons before we move on to the other items in the box. Tombstone, Shrunken Head. We have matte number 1 from Pearl Moonstone. Matte number 2, which is more blue, I feel. So immediately with swatching, I feel Wayne's mattes are a touch softer, and I think he formulated these to be or more user-friendly. Melt mattes, I feel, need a little blending skill. It's because they're so pigmented that if you're not used to blending or you're just scared of matte shadows, although these have a better swatch, I don't know how they apply, so we shall see. Let's hop into Muerte, which I feel is gonna be a deeper toned gray. Let's go in with Pantheon. I'm gonna do it here. Oh yeah. That's like a lot deeper. Oh, and while we're here, let's do Velorio. Oh, Velorio has a little more plum, no exit, a little more red. Sangre. Sangre looks similar to Obituary, but I think Obituary still needs a little more red, and Sangre has a little more plum in it. I don't know if you can detect that undertone. I can definitely see the difference between Velorio and No Exit, but Sangre and Obituary, I think Obituary has a little more red. And then Corazon is going to be the matte version of Lydia's metallic shade in the waiting room. Millennial Pinks has this one gray, GF. Let's see how this looks. Oh, yes, I knew this was going to be more blue tone. I remember it being so when I did this video. And the ones from the waiting room I feel are more true gray leaning versus the one here found in Millennial Pinks. Ooh, Recently Deceased is hard to take off. Moving into 2 gel liners and 1 pigment paint. Here we go. On the side we have Beetlejuice, and they're all distinguishable by their colors based off the lid. Look at this lime. I cannot wait. Each one, even though 2 are gel liners and 1 is a pigment paint, retail for $19 each. 2.5 milliliters of product. What in the world does this say? I think they all have a suggested shelf life of 12 months, and they're all vegan. First up, we have the Afterlife, a neon chartreuse ultra matte. Chartreuse, you cannot read, Alicia. This hue was intentionally created sheer to create the perfect neon tone that isn't pastel. Interesting. I'm waiting for it to dry down. As a very thick texture, which is nice because in the past, gel liners that I have encountered from Melt have some of a moussey texture, which made it a little tricky to draw a wing with because it gets away from you really fast. This, though, I feel is a little creamier and I feel will lend a little more control when drawing that wing out. 125 years. Opaque and modern, ultra tombstone gray, ultra matte graveyard gray, excuse me, all over the lid as a wing. That is beautiful. And lastly, the pigment paint pot in Utterly Alone. New pigment paint, a rich purple hue with luminescent indigo pigment. Warning, contains ingredients that are not approved by the FDA and Melt Cosmetics for use on the eyes. All right, another danger shade. You can definitely see their iridescent finish here. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, my gosh. Proceed at your own risk. Ooh, but the risk is worth it. That is killer. All the puns. Up next are the lipsticks. Check out the translucent acrylic component for the lipsticks. You have Melt and Beetlejuice. I think this is just so appropriately designed for this collection. 2 ultra mattes and 1 iridescent finish lipstick, each retailing for $19. Oh my god, so small. Shame on me, wait a minute. The ultra gel liners and pressed pigment pot are all made in Italy. And all 3 lipsticks are made in the USA, as well as all vegan, with the same Melt vanilla scent. First up, we have Miss Argentina. Look at the design detail on the lipstick bullet. This is insane. The whole lipstick design is absolutely stunning. Vermilion matte. Ooh, Melt's matte lipsticks are very tight, so I want to be careful to not break the bullet, but that is absolutely beautiful. Very much aligning with Miss Argentina. Ghost with the most. Ooh, I think this is the olive one. Ghastly olive green matte. Again, I just want to be very careful. That's olive. I want to wear this for the video. I don't know what shadow I'll pair with it, but we'll figure it out. And lastly, we have Calypso. I don't know if you can detect the iridescence here. You see that slight blue shift that exists in the violet. Sheer, iridescent, sparkling magenta. Definitely more sheer than its matte counterparts, but that is still very pretty. I think that still has really nice color richness. We're almost done, fam. We're almost done. We got 3 lip paints. You have see-through acrylic toppers and actually see the color on the vial. Melt on one side, Beetlejuice on the other. I don't think I've ever tried Melt lip paints before. I'm not quite sure if this is a new product for them. I don't think it is. Is it? Let me know down below. These retail each for $19. Let me see. The writing is so small. The lip paints retail $19 each, all weighing in at 4 milliliters. Strange and Unusual and It's Showtime are both made in Italy. Weirder and Weirder, made in the USA. Lies, this one is 4.65 milliliters. So we got a little more on Weirder and Weirder. Let's start with Strange and Unusual. I wanted to read the about. Start shimmery, sets to an electric foil, stains for a lasting trip. Ah, okay. Strange and Unusual. Candy apple red with, it says here, wait for it, a peculiar fuchsia dual chrome shift with a pink stain. That's pretty. I'm excited to try these. I don't think I've ever tried a product like this. It's showtime. Warm metallic purple with a, what does it say? Pink dual chrome shift that will leave behind a berry stain. Weirder and Weirder is a black base with an odd purple shift that leaves behind a subdued pink stain. Well, what do you know? Those are lip paints alongside the gel liner, Pigment Pot Ultra Matte Lipstick, Iridescent Lipstick. Here again, you have the eyelash curler that says Melt Beetlejuice on the top here. Very hard to see, but very pretty. Comes with a rubber replacement. And let's get into this mascara. Introducing Melt First Mascara. How exciting. Mascara retails for $24. Let's see here. 10 milliliters of product, and it is made in Canada. Brushed red metallic finish. You have Beetlejuice here with the snake design surrounding the unit, and it's a two-tone red metallic brush design at that. Whoa, this looks like a wild spoolie. It definitely looks like a spiraling staircase, and there are a lot of bristles on here. I can't wait to try it. I want to quickly read what this mascara is supposed to do. New Supernatural Lash Mascara. Ultra Black Mascara coats lashes in intense black pigment for a full fan-out impact. Plant-based fibers adhere to each individual lash, created in real thickness and length. The separated bristles of the hourglass brush allows you to load product on the lashes without restraint, providing a spidery, voluminous effect for lashes that appear to have risen from the dead. I see what you did there. And you can get both the mascara and the lash curler for $35. I don't see the curler being sold separately. Don't know if that will ever change. And brush set with bag and brushes retail for $80. Mirror for $21. All right, fam, let's get ready for this demo. That's enough. I don't have anything on the rest of my face. I thought I would just start with the eyes first. Kicking off this brigade with my hourglass, of course. I'm so overwhelmed in a positive way, as I want to use as many things as possible. I'm gonna use the Melt mirror. It's not too bad. I can't see like my whole face, but this isn't bad. I like how it feels in my hands. It's not too heavy. I gotta do this. I do. I know I could do the fuchsia. The fuchsia is obviously a great way to go. Maybe we'll do a little both, I don't know. First with Beetlejuice. Tapping that on the crease of my Sonia G. Classic crease. I'm not swirling and twirling just yet because I found that Melt mattes benefit from a packing on motion versus one of these. I'll go with the swirl and twirl once the shadow's been on, but I'm not going to swirl and twirl initially. So as suspected, I knew I was going to get the Ring of Doom because these are very pigmented, and I think it's also inevitable to avoid, you know, that gathering, if you will. But that's, you know, that's not bad. Draw a door with this yellow matte, dirty yellow matte as they said. To make these look more distinct, you either have to go in with Draw a Door or Lost Souls, because on the eyes you can see this is more mustard and that more acid green, but from here they look similar. Unless I go in with Draw a Door more on the inner part of the eye. Paranormal on the lid, just straight on the lid. This is a heavy duty metallic, and I do see the sparkles there, the glitter sparkles. They don't feel scratchy on the skin. Taking my Esom W23 because I need to start blending out the edges of Paranormal. You know what also, fam? I probably have to rely on the ultra liner, so maybe we can make that pop a little more. But I will probably apply that on top of Paranormal. Let's blend out these edges. More Beetlejuice to buff and blur. And taking Paranormal on my classic crease just to fill out the outer part of the lid. Neurotic, which is that insane foil, gold foil shade. I definitely picked up too much, but good to know that this applies just heavenly. Pulling some Paranormal over that shade so it could appear more gradient-like. Definitely now with my Esom V09 brush with the Afterlife. I would say this still has like a moussey texture. Maybe not as moussey as the metallic gel liner formulas, but we'll see what it does. You don't have to use this for winging. You could also use this as an eyeshadow base. I'm sure if you apply this on the lid and then went over it with Beetlejuice, forget it. I'm going back and forth, wiping my brush off, going in with some fresh liner so I can build up the color. Not bad. I had to build it a little bit because, again, keep in mind I'm drawing over a very deep metallic shade. So as you sketch this wing on a color such as Paranormal, it's going to pick up some of the color and mix in, which will require you to go in layers. You know, if you want to get this full on like neon green liner, but if you're using it for a base, then you don't have to worry so much about the opacity of the color just to blend out the edges. I do want to come on here and experiment with how this blends. I could only suspect, given the nature of the formula, it being long wearing, that you have to work fairly quickly. I'm just pulling this out a little bit so it could kind of match the wing. Let's try 125 years. I'm very curious as to where this will take us. I'm going to apply this all over my lid. I'm going to take my V31 brush from Esom. It's synthetic, so we're going to have a ball. Oh god, don't get it on the lash, Alicia, no! I took way too much product, but that's okay. I'm starting on the lid and then using the brush to blend this out. A little goes a long way. I picked up way too much product. I'm trying to salvage this. Just whisking the edges here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, we're just, you know, I don't know what's happening. What if we did this on the outer corner, right over the gray? Place them on the back of my hand so I don't ruin the whole inside of the pot. But now we're looking just to feather it out a bit. These pots are really impressive. I didn't use the Afterlife in the same manner as I did the and 125 years, but you know, I just want to see what these babies can do. The waiting room, shrunken head on the inner part of the eye, right over the gel liner, and just, woo, that is gray. I want to take Juno, probably with my pinky, and then sprinkle that on the inner part of the eye here. Oh yeah. This is more loosey-goosey, this is more topper feel, and therefore will not have the same type of base. But I could only imagine if you apply this over 125 years when it's still tacky, it's gonna have better adherence. And I'm just stamping it over to create a nice scatter. I'm hopping back into Recently Deceased and want to try Exorcist right here. Oh my god. Yep, we're doing it. We are doing it. That didn't take much. And these liners, they're gonna stay. Let's apply some foundation and we'll return to work on the lower lash line. Be right back. Applied some Melt Lynx, Genesis, and Stargazer. Cheeks looking good. Recently Deceased. Definitely lower lash line. Now this is a danger shade, so please proceed with caution. Sandworm, inner lower lash line. Ooh, that's a nice surprise. I'm actually just patting it around the sparkly silver and into the gray. Taking my Esom T43 just to buff around the edges to clean that up. I'm looking at this and I think I want to add a little accident. I'm gonna tap that. Yes, that is it. That's exactly what I needed. Just sliding these colors out a little bit, you know, got a little crazy, it's okay. Nothing like a little cleanup won't do. I love Sandworm. That is so fun to put as an inner corner highlight moment, but under the lash line is pretty as well. I know we have purple on this side, but I'm dying to see what this looks as like a liner moment. ESMT09, Utterly Alone, just sliding that right there. Oh, that is so pretty. It just buffs into this beautifully sheeny violet shade. It's hard to see on camera, but there are like blue reflex in here that give off that iridescent effect. I am utterly alone. I'm dying to use the red, but I know we're like going into dangerous territory when we put red on the lower lash line. I just need to see. I need to see. I'm hopping back on this eye. Oh yes, on top of the, I know I'm look like I'm dying, especially have like this beauty, I don't even know what that is on my eyeball actually. But together, these metallics are nice. It's not that they're super shockingly shiny. I just love how they apply, how they move, how you can layer them successfully without them looking heavy on the skin. And they do have glow, although not the same foiled effect like the shade here. Still nice, you know what I'm saying? Maybe back in with Bio Exorcist. I'm just placing that between Neurotic and Utterly Alone. You know what? I'm taking more Neurotic and pulling it over that shade. And why not? I'm just gonna place it right in the middle between the Afterlife and Utterly Alone. All right, I think we did good. Before I do our brows and slap on some lashes, I do want to apply one of the Ultra Matte lipsticks. We gotta go in with the green. We have to. Ooh, that's not bad. I like it. Let me put on the lashes, see what I think. And maybe we'll put on a lip paint. Maybe. I'll be right back. Well, hold on. I need to do the mascara. Let's try this curler, shall we? This is my Surratt. The Surratt opens a little bit more. The Melt one feels a little tighter, and also the angle feels flatter. It feels comfortable, however. I got some curl. New mascaras are a little wet on the first application, so I might have to report back after I've used it a few times. So far so good. It doesn't give a lot of goop on the first application, despite how much product we have on the spoolie. Going back on the first side. For now it feels nice. I can't really judge it. Again, fresh mascaras. Hard for me to form an opinion simply because I think all mascaras benefit from a little bit of use. It just gets a little more sticky. I will apply lashes only because a really intense look such as this, my lashes just get lost. They do, fam. What are you gonna do? What we can do is see how it does on the bottom lashes. Now the spoolie's a little big, so be careful as you maneuver around the layer lashes. All right. We are done. Here's a finished look, fam. Just dabbling from the products. This is by no means a review. I just received this package today and I just wanted to try right away how the colors look and just get a general feel of the collection. Keep in mind, I definitely want to come back on here and try more shadow combinations as well as try the lip paints because I'm very intrigued by the formula and the whole staining thing. I love the olive. The olive is a lot for every day, or maybe not. Maybe that's just your profile and your mood, and this is your neutral. Take it, it's yours. I'm pleased with the metallics. I didn't dive deeply into the mattes, but as I would suspect from Melt mattes, they're heavy duty. Again, I think they benefit from being packed on instead of swirled on. There are some shadow formulas, I think depending on how they are formulated, will benefit from a certain technique or another. And again, Melt mattes are just one of those shadows where they pack a punch, but you gotta be strategic with how you apply them on your lid. The gel liners and the paint pots, the colors chosen between the shadow palettes, the paint pots, the lip products, even the brushes, the mirror, everything in this collection is just ties in so well. It is so harmonious with the concept. It doesn't feel cheesy. And keep in mind the nature of Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is Beetlejuice, okay? I think there still is some sophistication with the color selection here. Although it's very color specific with the neon greens and the magentas, I still think you can wear these shades beautifully. Now, if you want something for every day, if anything, you would get this collection for nostalgic reasons. I don't know if you would get this for an everyday look. I think there are other shadow palettes that will offer up a more daily friendly type of experience than the ones here. I think this is more suitable if you're not afraid of color, if you are a Melt Cosmetics fan, if you love these shades and this is like your everyday eye look, well, these palettes are for you. If you're buying this in order to find something for every day, I don't think that would be the right choice. But again, maybe you're not even gonna use this makeup, you're just gonna save it. You just want the box, okay, and everything in it. But overall, it's fun. The packaging is fun, the design is fun, all the little details found across all products in this collection I think tie in so well together. And if you watch the movie, if you're a Beetlejuice fan, then you're gonna love everything in this PR box. I would love to do a live, whether it be a live or another video just dedicated to the eyeshadow looks. Stay tuned for that video because I definitely want to dive in again. Let me know if you plan on getting the PR collection, if you already grabbed it last Friday, if you have your eye on anything specific from this collection. And until then, fam, that is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing to my channel. And until then, I'll see you in here again with another review, tutorial, PR box, collection extravaganza, monthly favorites, or nightly life chit chat. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.